Got my mask on today because how you doing, ATL Kool-Aid drinkers? Welcome to ATL Kool-Aid drinker the day after commentary. I just want to before I play the game and listen to the part of the game and go over the game a little bit. I just want to read something to you that it came up that I saw that came up with Trae Young and and it makes sense. And it's the reason why I say I was not expecting to get out of the play in this year. I mean, we need to go ahead. Now I don't know what this deal got to do with San Antonio, which I don't really care about San Antonio with our picks and they getting them. Cause picks don't mean nothing when you're really trying to win. Especially when you don't have a manager that know how to go shop for the groceries and that he cannot identify dogs and cannot identify mutants and superheroes to play on his team. You know, go get guys that can fly, that can shoot, that can run. You know, like that old commercial called when them old tennis shoe called kids run fast, jump higher. That was the commercial. So that's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, like I was, so run fast, jump higher, man. I mean, like the kids commercials when I was growing up. You go get those shoes and you go running outside, jumping over stuff, man. Just feeling like you could go faster and all that kind of stuff. And you at it. You know what I'm saying? You playing when you go shoot basketball, you feel like you can shoot faster and better and all that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, as what I'm saying, man, Coach Landry right now is the problem with the organization because he can't get players that's that are mutants or dogs. And from the game I saw last night with Richard Shea, our number one pick, I just don't think I know he's just 19, and everything. But when Trae Young came into the league as a young player, uh, he played. You could not say that guy was just a little 19-year-old or whatever. I mean, he played ball. He played with no fear. He played aggressive. He scored. Um, she basically. I seen him shoot air balls and make mistakes, but he was consistent as he were in college. My first game I saw him win a game shooting a logo shot against San Antonio against a preseason game when we had to go to Georgia Tech. So as a rookie, I'm saying as a rookie in his first year. So but this is something that I came across, and this is why I say I'm not expecting the Hawks to get out of the play in because the team is not structured to win right now. And Trae Young and the ownership and the management knows this. So this is the deal right here. Uh, this is something that quoted by Trae Young, and it was when he was with. It was something quoted by Trae Young, and I took a little snapshot of it. And when he was on with when he did this last little show, and he said, "My name." He said he also knew what this season would require from him following those conversations. Okay. Now that was a conversation that he had about with DJ and everything, and what was coming up and what was the meeting. I told y'all that he had went into the office. He had the conversation with the owner and with Landry on what they plan to do for the future. I'm just gonna read this little snippet, and this is what he said. And this was about the time when DJ and y'all were talking about trade DJ. Now Trae Young said, my name had been thrown around in trade rumors and things like that, obviously, last summer. All these things, but I had been obviously in communication with the front office. So I knew what was going to happen, Young told Haynes in that Haynes report, Haynes interview. I knew I wasn't going to leave. And things like that. And I was going to have to obviously sacrifice, maybe, and just try to bring on these younger guys as much as I could. Young spoke with the same confidence. Okay? The projection for the Hawks entering this season, it is encouraging to hear he has not wavered despite all of the turmoil. This is not to say the Hawks did what the Hawks did is going to do. So do you understand what Trae Young is saying? Trae, I told y'all Trae Young went into that front office and had a conversation with Landry and the front office, and they already made agreement that it was not that they knew that this year was just a starting, just the starting of the process of trying to get this team together for Trae Young in the next 2 years. Okay, he said we might make in part of that. He also said we might make some noise this year if things go okay. Now he was saying that he was thinking of that. He was like saying we might make some noise, might surprise a few people, but he ain't obviously not expected to do much of anything. Now going into next year, now I'm gonna tell you why I felt so good about Landry. Now if you pick up on this, I'm gonna just say this right quick while it crosses my mind. If you're hearing this, you pick up on this on my channel, and you pick up on this, and you want to and leave me a comment. You know what I'm saying? Hit the thumbs up and subscribe so you can get some of these day after comments of a game. Okay. So my thing is that we already know that this season wasn't about trying to win. It ain't talking about no rebuild or nothing like that. Cause obviously people don't know what a rebuild is when you talk about rebuilding. So Trae Young told you it's not a rebuild. When you rebuild, you get rid of your stars, you get rid of all your players, you crash down to where you end up, and you set your team up where you in the lottery several times a year until you mess up and get that number one lottery pick. And that number one lottery pick is the franchise player, just like what San Antonio did. They talked us into getting that piece of crap DJ. And they knew DJ won. They wasn't finna pay DJ nothing. Then they talked to Atlanta Hawks thinking that he was gonna get it because you know who wanted him? Coach Nate. I got the soundbite. When I do my next show, I want y'all to pay attention at the end of the year soundbite show that I'm gonna be playing some stuff that people need to hear. Okay? So when I say that they were it's not a rebuild, what they're doing, they're adjusting and making and trying to make these things happen for Trae Young. And the reason this year, the reason I told y'all that they were going to get rid of Hunter and get rid of Bogut and Clint Capella, that they was getting rid of all this salary. They're getting rid of all this salary so they can create this money, pay JJ. You see what I'm saying? They already made a decision to pay JJ with his 50 mil, okay, a year. I think he's getting like 100 and some million, 150 million. I'm not totally sure. But they make an arrangement to make sure he get paid for I think it's a 5-year contract, 4 or 5-year contract. And maybe the next show I'll probably have all that stuff down, what contract that JJ's supposed to get, and I have it in a you know, I could tell you for exactly what his contract is and what it looked like, you know. But And I might go over a few other contracts and what Trae Young contract coming to look like, what it's gonna come up to be. But the thing is that we got to understand, man, that this year was about a process. I don't call it rebuild, retooling. I'm talking about it's the beginning of the process of the agreement that Trae Young had with the front office when they told him, hey, look, we agreed that we're going to stay, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to get these young, talented guys around you, and then we're going to try to start a process of making this thing work with you, and we're going to see if you can win with these young guys. But at the same time, they start dumping salary, okay? The reason they dumping salary, and when I tell you next year mid-trade, that Kobe Buffkin and Okongwu gonna be traded is because they dropping more salary. And the reason for that, they have to make room for this one elite player that is a possibility that gonna come and play with Trae Young. And there's several of them out there right now about to get lined up to come play with Trae Young. But I know they want to, and they hard. The front office hard and the owner hard. The reason y'all talking about spending money, and the reason they won't spend money because they trying to save that money, and they really want to pay Kevin Durant. They really want to pay Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant just have to say yes. Now, I mean, some players like Kevin Durant and LeBron, they some have a power over saying where they want to go and what they want to do, because I'm sure that this point in time in their career, their mind is on about winning because they don't got as much money as they want to get. Okay, so they sometimes their mind is just on trying to get a championship. Now Kevin Durant already got 2 championships. Now, the only thing he feel like when he comes, I hope he don't feel like when he comes over here and play with Atlanta, play with Trae Young, that it feel like, oh, here go Kevin Durant coming to play with another guy that helped him get a championship, and it don't become Kevin Durant team. But I think Kevin Durant, we don't have no problem with, and Trae Young said he don't care about being the leader of the number one. He said that several times in his interview. So if Kevin Durant come here, he ain't gonna have no problem with the fans just falling in love with him if Trae Young and him can come together and start winning. Which I don't think that would be no problem. Okay? I mean, Kevin Durant is a walking 25 to 30 points a game. And then you put that in with Trae Young 20 and 10, and hopefully that somebody will be here that they're gonna be worthy. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Toppin could be part of that Kevin Durant and Trae Young team. If we have to get off of JJ or Jalen Johnson or get off of Dyson Daniel. I have no problem getting off of Dyson Daniel. Dyson Daniel's okay when he's stealing, but on ball defense is not that good. He can't make layups. He's 68% from 0 to 3 feet in. 68%. He shoot low. He don't shoot free throws well. So I have no problem with getting off of Dyson Daniel. As for Richard Shea, he's so inconsistent, and maybe he might grow into something, but his chance of growing into a Kevin Durant is very slim, because Kevin Durant looked like Kevin Durant was making commercials before I'm like, who is this dude making this commercial with this little Chinese lady? Can you get that for me? Can you get her off of the top right there? Mama, who is that? That's your new brother. I think that's what the commercial said. I think that's how it went. I'm not sure. But anyway, the man was a bad man. NBA knew he was a bad man. He knew he was a game changer over there in OKC with those other guys. So I don't think the fans have no problem with that. Trae don't have no problem welcoming that. Because you know what Trae Young want too? He want a championship. But you know where he want that championship? He keeps saying it. You know why he won't leave? Because in his heart, from the day he got drafted, he said he want to bring a championship to Atlanta. Y'all can't respect that, man. The fans who say Trae need to leave like this, you ain't had nobody that had deer in their heart to say that they want to bring a championship to Atlanta. Not one player. But this man in his heart, deep in his heart, he want to bring a championship here to Atlanta. You got to respect that, man. It ain't no player like that came through Atlanta that said deep in their heart from day one he was drafted. And he turned down opportunities to go play with other teams. And what he just said right there, he just turned down opportunity. He already been in the front office. Obviously, the front office and explained to him what he's going to have to be doing and that they're going to work together and that he decided to stay. So if you get this YouTube, you get my channel, give me a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. Leave a comment on what I'm talking about. So what I'm finna do now, I'm finna go into the game, guys. So we're finna play the game. So we go ahead and get this thing over with right now. Okay? And I want you to listen to this game right here because I understand we don't have nobody. When we come back, we're gonna have all the players and everything next year, and whatever new player we're gonna get, it's gonna be a whole lot better. But for us to get into this play-in with these players and then be a somewhat competitive, it saves a lot for Trae Young. Okay? All right?
Filing in to see their guy, Paolo Banchero, ready to take on familiar foes from Atlanta. Ice Trae Young, and Defensive Player of the Year candidate, Dyson Daniels. This is the 2025 SoFi Play-In Tournament. This will be their 5th matchup. This will be their 3rd matchup, Coach, in the last week. A couple of those were key games down the stretch. Sunday was not. 2-2 they finished in the regular season. Now we get it going in the play-in. James Williams, Pat Frayer, Carl Lane, our 3 officials. First possession ends up in a turnover, a steal by Young. And now we'll see how the Magic match up with the Hawks. And first possession, Trae Young.
He's probably the best lob passers off the dribble in the league. Plus, Trae Young can shoot it and has a great floater. I don't think you can have long-term success in drop coverage against Trae Young. Only 32% on the year, but he has been better over the last 20 games.
Here goes Shea. Off and running here, SoFi Play-In Tournament. It'll be the first of 2 games today. Daniels misses the little runner, and right there to clean it up, he is Mo Gay. Another offensive rebound for Gay.
I don't think you need to worry.
They put one on the board early.
That's exactly right.
But Jamal Mosley says play on. Nice take to the basket by Franz Wagner.
They like to play big on Trae Young.
There's a drive, good defense. Shea ran into a wall. Joseph running the floor, able to lay it in. 4 assists and 3 steals in that game for Okongwu. Had a monster game. He just hit the first 3 of the game, and now Caldwell Pope with an answer. So each team has delivered from beyond the arc for the first time. Magic in front here, halfway through the first, as Karis LeVert hangs and scores.
I think he's
good pass. As Young runs into traffic, block at 6'7" with the block. Caldwell Pope leaves it for Anthony Black, and the shot is pure. Carroll's got to be wondering what's going on, all these young players. Black on the lob. Nice finish there as Banchero set him up. Give you some weapons off that bench. Magic looking like a much different team than a 500 team in the regular season as Isaac goes strong with a couple of moves.
For the Magic's put so much pressure on the defense going to the rim. 5 assists, 5 free throws.
Barlow, good catch, good finish. He was patient No look from Anthony. Isaac gives it right back. Cole's going to pull up. Little mid-range jumper is good.
Is imposing, and you take a lot of tough shots. We've already seen 3 times tonight Atlanta's gotten up in the air to shoot it and come down with the ball.
And vintage Gary Harris, coach.
Big O, 18-4 Magic run to end that quarter. What's the biggest adjustment you want to see here in the second?
We got to get better shots on offense. You know, we got to generate quality shots. Not turning the ball over. 48-minute game. We got a long ways to go, but we're capable of doing it.
I know Paolo Banchero, it takes 5 men to defend a guy like that. He's creating everything right now. How do you slow him down?
You know, the big dude, we got to show shit early, get him to be uncomfortable, and keep him off the foul line.
Onyeka, I appreciate it. Good luck.
Atlanta's made just 1 of their last 13 field goal attempts, and Niang finally gets to the bucket and lays it in on Harris. And he speaks his language, and Niang's been a nice piece for the Hawks here. As Cole Anthony, nice bit of point. Atlanta gets back well. Anthony goes. Anthony, quick release. And Isaac able to secure another board. Wagner lays it in with some spin.
That's Cole Anthony's second assist, both on beautiful passes.
Here's Young driving and able to get some room to lay it in. Jesus, I mean, that's why it's so fun, because you ride the river of the game, whatever that's going to be. Is Anthony, wow, what a finish by Cole Anthony. That'll make his dad proud, wearing his number 50. You know, it's all about just getting the win and playing each possession, not trying to stack your numbers. Nice answer by Zachary Risache. Wagner with the rebound. Trae Young, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. That one's down for Wendell Carter.
And focus on shooting. He said he got stronger. That helped with his mentality and confidence. He says he feels the bumps a little bit more, and it's good for the way that he plays.
Well, he's just in his second year. Is Carter able to finish that one? So it wasn't meaningless for all, especially Black. Terrence Mann gives it right back. Risache drives. Risache hangs and blocked by Wagner.
Struggling with it tonight.
Looks like the Magic are giving him room to drive. Not much room on the 3 ball as Cole Anthony hits again. He is plus 16 in his minutes on the floor tonight.
Well, and he's gotten to the line and made 7 free throws.
What a
as
pass.
he gets his 6th assist. He's had a huge impact on the game despite not making a basket.
And now he forces the turnover. Isaac couldn't secure it and returns the favor to Banchero.
Shooting, and now they get their first fast break point and a steal on the inbounds.
That was Gay, and that sets up Young for 3.
Left for the Hawks to try to get back in this thing.
Yeah, look, and people who have watched the Magic all year understand that they're capable of going through some big scoring droughts.
Inside, Wagner kicks it. Joseph drives it. Joseph finds Wagner again. 2 to shoot. Wagner puts it up and puts it in with a foul. To give you an idea during the regular season how good they were when they put this kind of scoring half together. They're 17-3 as Joseph hits the opening shot, knocks down a 3-pointer. Coach, 17-3 in the regular season when they score 60 as Young comes right back and scores. Atlanta top 5 in points per game as Carter drives, hangs, and denied at the rim. Excellent stand by the Hawks. Daniels, the fake pass, sets up Gay, and an easy one.
I agree with what Charles said. They need to run, but it starts at this end defensively.
Oh,
Been in a car accident?
I mean, you're not going to run off of that. It's a great way you can get yourself back in the game if you can get to the free throw line and score with the clock stopped.
and Young with that little runner in the lane. Nicely done. Atlanta's coming out. Wagner missed 6 weeks this year. Oblique injury. And that's denied by Carter. Okongwu with the rebound. Remember, Okongwu playing with 3 fouls. Gay playing with 3 fouls. Young, float game, is back on point. Another empty set for Orlando. Atlanta can get it within single digits, leave it up top, and a finish inside by Okongwu, set up beautifully by Trae Young. Missed 3s. Crews start to tighten here on Orlando as Gay springs free for the dunk. Daniels with the dish. Joseph Spins gets a paint touch, And now Banchero with 4 to shoot. Banchero drives, puts it up and in. Wow, what a tough bucket that was. All of a sudden, Orlando has gone cold. They can go cold.
Give Mo Gay some credit tonight, though. He is playing very well.
Atlanta with the ball, down 5. Here's LeVert. Gives him scoring off the bench. And LeVert able to get a step on Houston and scores it off the glass. And they've also turned it over 3 times.
Well, neither team shooting the 3 well.
Wagner drops his shoulder. Oh, the follow by Isaac. Game down. Niang able to score it. 5-point game. Anthony with a burst. Gets to the basket. Oh, my goodness. Cole Anthony, what a finish. LeVert taps it. Oh, hits it again. Keeps it alive. Niang for 3. Yes, sir. George Niang on a scramble by the Hawks.
Cole, a couple of big buckets for you that third quarter to keep the momentum on your side. Take me through your mindset for this game.
Oh, man, we got to a great start. You know, got to the second half, kind of let them walk their way back in, but we still got the lead, and for me, I just want to win this game, so whatever I got to do.
How do you do it in the fourth quarter? How do you close it out?
We can't turn it over. We got to put a shot in that room every time, and we just got to keep taking good shots, let the ball find the best shot.
Cole, simple enough. Good luck.
Appreciate you.
Well, it gave him a big lift off that bench. He's back on the floor to start the fourth, and he sets up Wendell Carter for the first basket of the fourth quarter for the Magic. At the end of that third, Magic went on an 8-2 run, and then Niang hit the 3 to close it. Carter with a big block. Black drives, and Daniels fouls him.
I'm turning into the French Open tennis just to hear the announcing.
There wasn't no foul, man.
Here's
I
Anthony
mean,
for
like,
3. Cash.
if that wasn't no foul, and that dude beat Barlow up like that, man. That was a crying shame, bro.
Who forces the turnover? Anthony shifty lays it for Carter. What a play! Cole Anthony has arrived in the play-in tournament. Atlanta needing a bucket desperately, and Okongwu obliges. Daniels able to leave it for him, and it's a 10-point Magic lead. And Jamal Mosley going to keep riding with Anthony and Black. And this is Black now, finds Anthony. Anthony to Anthony, and a three-pointer is good.
Wow.
Backs his way in. Wagner now. Dyson Daniels
Anthony
on.
was
What a
killing
matchup.
us, man.
Wagner turns, shoots over him, air ball. Carter offensive rebound.
Anthony was killing us, bro.
Wendell Carter.
Who's coming in the drop?
Wendell Carter. Comes up short. Banchero shakes his head no.
Magic have numbers.
12-point Magic lead. Banchero. Another and one. Paolo Banchero here with Cole Anthony and Anthony Black.
All right, guys, that's enough of that, man. Look, guys. Look, the Atlanta Hawks, man. Let me just go over the stats real quick before I round this up. Like I said, you get this video, hit your thumbs up and everything. So I'm gonna pull my mask down. We finna get ready to go to the next game. Hopefully, we'll see who's gonna win tonight. See who we're gonna be playing against Miami or Chicago. Like I say, I'm not sure we're a better team. Cause I mean, as of for right now, with all our injuries and everything, with us having to go into the game with Barlow and Mo Gay and Richard Shea and with the Ning Yang and T-Man and Claire LeVert. Actually, those 3 draft picks is getting worse every minute. Glad the season is going to be over with because I don't know if I can stomach those guys anymore, how bad they've been playing. But let's go right here. I'm going to go over the stats of Atlanta Hawks right now. Zach Richardshey, he played 29 minutes. He looked terrible. He was a scared little puppy out there. He only had 7 points. Mo Gay came out there. He was a beast, man. Every time he was on the floor, and every time I say he was a plus on the floor, he actually played 26 minutes, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 12 points. You had Okongwu played 33 minutes, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 11 points. Trae Young played 40 minutes. He had 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 28 points. And I think he would have had more assists if people would have hit their shots. Dyson Daniel he didn't have a good game. He missed a lot of layups and he missed a lot of free throws. So he played 35 minutes, 12, but he had a lot of rebounds, 12 rebounds. And the reason he had no rebound because for some odd reason, coach made a decision to play him on somebody else instead of putting him out there on Cole Anthony and shut that boy down, because Cole Anthony was the one who put the whoop stick on us. Now, Caris LeVert, he was acting like he was trying to create shots, but in actuality, he was not creating those shots, man. So he played 25 minutes and he had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 points. That wasn't no good for us. Either though Ning Yang came in and he played 23 minutes, 3 rebounds, 15 points. But the problem with that was that every time Ning Yang hit the floor, they scored consistently a whole lot of points, and we got behind. Every time Ning Yang came on the floor, we lost. Their lead widened. Let's say we didn't lose the lead, but their lead widened. When we got it down close to 3, playing within 8 to 9 points, every time Ning Yang came on the floor, they lead widened. Okay, Barlow didn't play enough minutes for me. I think he should have played more minutes because he was bigger or larger. He could have helped on the rebounds and helped defend somewhat on those players. And then you could have took Barlow and put him down on the guy that Dyson was on, and let Dyson go out there and give Cole Anthony the business. And it was a crying shame that coach didn't play Vic Krejci number 7 minutes. And Vic Krejci, then he didn't score. He didn't do nothing in those 7 minutes, which he should have scored. He dude always get to the rim and then pass the ball, man. And it don't make sense to me. But that's what basically. Let me just look at. Now this is the thing what I was talking about. Double O, not double O, but Moji held Banchero to 17 points. He cut his scoring in half, man. That's how good he was tonight. Okay, so that was important right there. Now the problem with our team was that Cole Anthony was unconscious, man. Everything the dude threw up, man, it went in, man. It just was unconscious. And as for the bench point, as for I say the Ning Yang and the T-Man and our bench point, they outscored our bench 57 to 30 or 57 to 32, man. So I'm just saying is that don't be surprised if we don't win this game Friday against the Miami Heat or the Chicago Bulls here in Atlanta at home, okay? And I don't be surprised if we don't win. And matter of fact, I'm tired of this season. I'm sick of this season. I know what this season is already about. We already made our trades. We already made the obvious moves on what Trae Young said. You know what I'm saying? Getting into making these moves and getting the young players ready. And let's see what new young players that we're going to get. I'll probably be talking about that on the next video, the end of the year video. I'm going to do a video for the game after Friday, and then I'm going to do an end of the year video, which is going to be a video that y'all really want to see when I put up these sound bites, man, on what people are saying and go over this stuff to try to set some things straight. So if you get this you get this channel and you come up on my show, ATL Kool-Aid Drinker, the day after commentary. This is the day after commentary of the Atlanta Hawks against Orlando Magic in the play-in game. And I want you to ring that bell, subscribe, hit thumbs up, and leave a comment. Now I want to say, hopefully we catch the lightning in the bottle. We win and we catch lightning in the bottle and something click in the coach head and we learn from this loss and we do better. All right, guys. Let's go Hawks.